Welcome to the real world. My name is Cameron, joined by Carson.
Hey, glad to be here.
And we are talking about The Boys in the Boat. We are really excited to talk about this. We are going to get into it. Just a little bit of spoilers.
Hey, this is based on true
events.
events.
It's on a true story. So
Spoilers don't count.
But if you want to go in cold, just know that we gave this a very high rating. So we really want you to go see it.
Yeah, what's your star rating?
4.5 stars. This is absolutely phenomenal.
I gave it 5.
It's a great movie. It's one everyone can enjoy, so go watch it. If you don't want any spoilers at all, just go see it, then come back and watch the rest of the review. But let's get started. We are happy to be here talking about a movie that we just got out of seeing.
That's right.
The Boys in the Boat. This is the latest film from director George Clooney.
That's right.
Many people know as an actor, but he's also a director.
I've never seen anything that he's directed. This is my first Clooney movie, as
Oh,
far as I'm
really?
aware.
Oh, that's surprising.
What are some movies that he's directed?
He's directed some good ones.
Yeah?
He did The Midnight Sky. Did you see that on Netflix?
Never seen it.
He did a movie called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Also
No,
based on a true story.
I haven't seen that either.
Starring Sam Rockwell.
No. I know him as an actor, obviously.
Yeah.
He's humongous.
Right. Yeah, he's done 9 films now.
Really?
Yeah, Good Night and Good Luck, Leatherheads, Ides of
Interesting.
March, Tinder Bar. You saw that one, right?
No,
Tinder Bar?
never saw the Tinder Bar.
Suburbicon. Yeah, he's directed some really good movies. A lot of them I feel like are kind of, they go under the radar because they're not like big productions necessarily.
Sure.
They're typically very character focused, typically true stories as well.
Well, let me just say, if they're anything like Boys in the Boat,
Yeah.
I'm suddenly a George Clooney fan.
Oh yeah.
In terms of direction, because this movie is very well directed.
I think it's probably his best one. I think it's probably the
Yeah.
best film he's ever directed. It shows a level of maturity and professionalism and just
I totally agree. I'm telling you, this movie, it's got heart.
Yeah.
It's got tension.
Yep.
It's got excitement.
It's very cute.
It's so fun.
It's
It's adorable.
Kind of fun.
Adorable
You know?
and likable
Yeah.
and in every way. And
Right.
in the filmmaking style and the way that it's edited.
Right.
I mean, there's dissolves and there's quick
It's very
cutting.
classic. It had opening credits.
Exactly.
Which I love.
Yes.
It has that classic feel to
Yes.
it. Eases you into the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eases you into the tone
Yeah.
of the movie. It's
Totally.
just still shots of water. It's very
quiet,
peaceful, very
But
serene.
yet it can get intense in moments
and
too.
it
Like,
ramps up.
It's great. It's based on a true story, the true story of the 1936 Olympic team of rowers
Okay.
from Washington State.
8-man boat.
Yeah, it tells their story in a really compelling way. We focus in on one of the characters, which I thought was a smart
Yeah.
way to go.
And all the characters, I gotta say, they have very distinct personalities.
They do.
Even though I couldn't tell you like their names or
Right.
not like that.
Right.
But there's very clearly like the main character, his
Right.
best buddy character.
Right.
There's the ladies' man character.
Right. There's one who's kind of a bully. There's one
The
who's
kind of bully
the
one.
quiet
There's
one,
the super
you know?
quiet one.
Right.
It's great.
It is.
They all have very memorable personality tropes.
Yes. All the
that work.
performances across the board are great. All the actors do a great job. Joel Edgerton is one of my favorites working today. He does a great job as the coach. Callum Turner is the name of the kind of lead character, the rower that we're kind of following through this whole journey. And it's just a very relatable film, very inspiring film.
Well, what I think so amazing is they managed to make an American sports movie where the Americans win everything without fail.
Yes, that's
never
true.
lose, and still,
Yeah.
I'm worried every time that they're competing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I didn't know the true story. I didn't know what happened. You know,
Right.
This is like 80 years ago, so I had no idea what was
Yeah.
going to happen. And so it was very intense and exciting and rousing and just riveting the whole time.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, just the filmmaking, cinematography is fantastic. The movie looks beautiful.
Absolutely.
Mostly shot on location, natural lighting, which I love.
Gorgeous.
And then, it had great editing. It didn't feel too long. A lot of true stories, to me, feel way too long.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a sports movie, and it's especially with something like a race, it can feel very repetitive.
Yes.
When you have the same race happening, because
Right.
it's the same kind of thing.
Right. But it's the human drama within the race
Exactly.
that makes it so compelling.
The
and
personal
interesting.
stakes make it far more
Yes.
interesting, and not necessarily because you know the people they're competing against, but because it's all internal.
Yeah,
you're
it's all
in
about
there.
the 8 guys in the boat.
Exactly.
Like, you know what's happening in their lives
Right.
and what this means to them.
Sure.
And what's at stake for them. So
Yeah.
that's what made it really compelling. It's very
great.
well written. As we mentioned, the direction is great, production design, costumes, hair and makeup, the music. You mentioned the music by Alexandre Desplat, who is a phenomenal composer who's been composing for years.
Brilliant
and
score.
won Oscars and stuff.
Brilliant score. Yeah, as I mentioned, it just has great themes that circle around.
Themes, yep.
It just, beautiful, very, very delicate and also inspiring.
Right.
Which is kind of hard to strike that balance of making it feel quaint and personal,
right,
and also universal.
Yeah,
and that I think rings true even for the themes of the movie.
Right, yeah.
It's very like, what I love about movie protagonists is always when they're struggling. It's always when they have a relatable goal,
right,
like, I want to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I want to get some food.
I want a cup of Joe.
I want to make some money.
Exactly, yeah, let's get a job.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because it's coming out of the Depression era,
right,
and so everyone's kind of really on hard times, and the main character specifically is living in a broken down old car at the beginning of the movie.
Newspapers in his shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So all of that is very well presented.
And there's a great sense of progression that you feel every time it's a victory.
Yeah.
It's like he's sleeping in a nicer bed and he's wearing slightly nicer clothes, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you feel that advancement of the plot and the story together.
Absolutely, yeah. The narrative was just brilliantly presented and laid out. Like I said, the screenplay is great, as well as the cinematography and the way it's all visualized is so good.
Absolutely.
So, highly recommend it. I mean, this movie...
This is a... honestly, this is a 5-star film.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
This is already just, I can tell, a movie I'm going to think about for a long time.
I can't wait to show this to people. This is a movie that I will be like, you need to go seek this movie out and watch it.
Yeah.
So it's
wonderful.
in theaters right now. We, of course, saw it at Premier Lux Cinema 8, and it was wonderful. It's a movie that I think everyone should go out and see.
Definitely.
Everyone's going to enjoy this. This is one of those well-rounded films that everyone can get something out of, and I think will enjoy immensely. So I was surprised. I know you were really surprised going into this because you hadn't seen anything by Clooney. You didn't know the story.
This is an actor-director. Right. It's the first thing I've seen that he's done. Yeah. All the other stuff is a Netflix release, or it was, whatever.
Right.
So I just didn't know going into it, and the premise didn't really excite me.
Sure.
Because it's another historical sports movie based on a true story or whatever. Yeah. We've seen it 100 times.
Right.
But it's the craft.
It's when it's done so well.
It's the craft behind the camera.
It's a story we have seen before. I mean, not the specific one, obviously.
But
we've seen stories like this before. But it's the way it's presented.
It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does dip it in gold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I think I'm at 4.5 on it, so I'm very high on it as well. Again, highly recommend this. It's in theaters now. It just came out on Christmas Day, so it hasn't been out for very long. Get your tickets now at the link below. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. Leave a comment if you've gotten to see Boys in the Boat yet. Let us know what you thought of it. And we're just excited to share this movie with everyone because we want people to talk about this.
Definitely. Don't sleep on it. Boys in the Boat. Check it out.
Definitely. Absolutely. So thank you again for joining us. We will see you next time right here on The Real World.